How's it going, everybody? Today, hopefully, we're gonna try to salvage this Guardian farm situation. So as you can see, they're definitely spawning in. As you can probably see there. We have to be a little bit farther for them to spawn. And what I realized is our killing chamber right over here is a bit too close to the actual area up there. So even though we're getting some spawns, when we're in this area, they're not actually gonna spawn. So, I went ahead and looked up the distance that you have to be in order for mobs to spawn, and it turns out that the farthest distance you can be while still having them spawn is 24 blocks rather. So I'm not sure how far we are from them currently, but we have to go down probably a few more blocks to give ourselves enough distance that they'll actually start spawning in. And because we want them to be spawning all the time, not just when we're away, right? Otherwise that'd be a really pointless XP farm. We have to just keep walking back and forth to get it all the time. So if we drop this down a little bit, then hopefully we'll be able to get some more spawns. But, of course, that does mean we're gonna have to kind of reset everything that we did right here with this minecart and the chest and the setup and everything, which is not so bad. It's honestly not that difficult to do, but it is a bit annoying, especially because this chest is full of stuff. So I'm just gonna run this stuff over and we're gonna get started lowering this down, and hopefully we can save this farm and make it useful in some way at least. So I just got back from bringing some stuff over, and it appears something has gone wrong already with this farm. So I don't really know what the issue is. I can see water right here. That's about all I know. Oh boy, this farm is really not going well. This is what I get for trying to be creative and create my own thing rather than just taking someone else. So it looks like a few blocks more. So it looks like the only thing that happened was one of these signs probably burned when I was using lava to kill them. So it's actually not a big deal. I don't think, at least. A few blocks more. A few blocks more. A few blocks more. Oh, also I didn't know you could do that. Use that to get up. If we move away, obviously we're gonna have to deal with that, so we're gonna try not to move, except for obviously getting this down to the level that we want it at. So we basically just need to dig straight down and do all the same things that we've already done. So just replacing these rails and everything like that, and getting that minecart chest, everything situated, and then we're just going to be dropping this floor of theirs down a few blocks more, because I don't know how far down we need to idle, but we need to idle farther down than this at the very least. Alrighty, so I'm just setting this up real quick. I'm gonna do a little bit of a different design, and hopefully this works a little bit better. In terms of the railing system thing. Oh, that's weird. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so the plan is just to kind of loop the rails back around like this, and then kind of have it feed into itself. That's not what we want. Yeah. No. Will that work? Alright, let's experiment with this a little bit. Only thing is, of course, this does not hit everywhere, but Yeah, that looks like it'll work. Alright, so we're gonna actually redo this because I set up the tube and most of this track is not actually very useful. Also, I want a better way to turn it sort of on and off the minecart. Oh boy. Also, it looks like that's the right level because they're starting to spawn in. And surprisingly, they're not actually even dying from that fall, which is perfect because if they were, then that would actually be a bad thing for us. We are gonna have a lever over here, and that's gonna connect to two powered rails like this that are gonna kind of go out around here. Like this, yep. And then power here, like to get this row as well, and then come around and go over here. And actually this might be able to be a button. No, I probably want a lever here. That way we get a hopper minecart over here. Oh yeah, and some of them are gonna die because they take more lava damage than others. I'm kinda okay with that. Mostly, if nothing else, than out of laziness. I don't really want to remake the whole chamber again. We probably will at some point though, just because it is gonna be really important. So on the bottom of this, I'm gonna throw a lever there so that these middle powered rails get some power, of course, and just connect those up like that. And the way that this will work is the hopper minecart will be here. When the lever is flicked, it should just keep going around and going around. But when the lever is turned off, it should hopefully stop there, and then when we turn on the lever, it'll keep going. Right, so this will just be an easy way to turn it on to get some drops, turn it off when you don't need to get the drops. Which most of the time it'll probably just be on, right? Because there's not a huge reason not to have it on. The next thing that we need to kind of design is our way of killing them. That's going to be the biggest thing, I think, for this part, at least. And I actually would like to get a little bit of glass so that we can see our dudes in there. So I'm going to grab a couple materials and I'll be right back. Alright, so in order to actually get the setup that we need, we're going to have to go to the nether for a minute because I am missing some brown mushrooms as well as some soul sand. And the reason why we need these things will become a little bit obvious in a bit, hopefully. Brown mushrooms, perfect. That's one of the two items out of the way. And soul sand. So we need soul sand so we can set up a small netherwort farm nearby just so that we can have it. I'll just take 20 pieces. And we need brown mushrooms because we need to actually create fermented spider eyes. And we're actually going to need to double check to see if we have spider eyes. If we don't, we'll actually have to set up a spider eye farm because I think I've found the easiest way to get all of these guardians killed, and I'm gonna bet that the best way to do it is using splash potions of harming, which is gonna take gunpowder because we need to turn the potions into splash. And let me grab some cobblestone if we have any down here. Okay, that's fine. I'll grab some from the other couple chests. But yeah, we're looking for sugar, spider eyes, and actually these health potions we can transform, I think, I'm not sure. They are already ×2, so we'll see. We'll find out, I guess. Nothing in there. We'll take a stack of this stuff and some spider eyes. Fantastic. So we got spider eyes, sugar, some brown mushrooms, melons. We're gonna need some melons. This will all make sense in a little bit. I'll do a better job of explaining it once I got everything together. That's right, we need gunpowder. And we need gold. Is there any gunpowder in here? A little bit, not very much. So we're gonna probably have to set up a couple of more basic farms sometime, just so we can continue getting this operational. We got more spider eyes there, that's perfect. Is that everything we need? I think that's about all we need. So, we're gonna go down over here to our little zone and we're gonna create a couple of basic things that will allow us to get our potion systems up and running. So basically the reason we need soul sand, I forgot to bring nether wart. The reason we need soul sand though, to grow the nether wart, obviously, we don't need it really. It's not like huge important, but it's like not that difficult to do. And if I set it up there, then whenever I run out, I can just easily harvest it and put some more in. It's more of a convenience thing than a necessity, because we have a large supply of nether wart at the moment. Brown mushrooms, we need to set up a little bit of a farm for. I think I do have a really fast axe, so we should have no problem farming those guys. We're gonna need to get some bones, but that's okay. We can do that whenever we need. And the glowstone dust, the melons, as well as the gold are just gonna all be potion ingredients. So first things first, we need some cobblestone to actually create these things, these brewing stands, and I'm gonna create 7 so I can save the rest of these blaze rods. Oh boy. Put those, actually I kind of want the torches. Put those fences in there for now. So, once again, we're just gonna jump down here and start building. So we gotta work out all of the entrances and stuff to this, of course. Oh, do you hear that? Sounds like experience points. So we're gonna just dig a little hole this way. Nether wart or soul sand on the bottom, nether wart on the top, like just like that. That's all we gotta do. And I would like to make it a little bit longer, probably to over here. And we can light this up as well. And we're just gonna do the same thing on this side right over here. And then we'll just do 3 more. That gives us another 4, then this gives us the last 3. And this is, like I said, it's not super necessary. We've got a lot of nether wart right now, but I don't have one of these farms yet, so this is just an easy way to get that checked off the list for now. The next thing that we need to do is get our brewing stands placed, so that'll be super easy as well. Just gonna dig this way, and we already have this little bit of a cave right here to help us out with that. And we're just gonna cover this side up for now. We're gonna have to make this all a little bit more polished later, but the main thing that we're trying to do today is just get the form down right, so that we can start getting some experience points. Alright, so I'm just gonna place 1, 2, 3 just in like a little area like this, and then I'm gonna grab a bucket of water real quick. And oh wait, what? That was weird. Okay, so we're gonna just place this water in the middle right here. That's a bit annoying. Okay, right there. And then the last thing we're gonna need to do is get a bunch of bottles down here, but we can do that later, I think. So, how this works is if you have 1 spider eye, actually I need to craft some sugar first. If you have spider eye, some sugar, and where is it? The brown mushrooms. 1 brown mushroom, you get a fermented spider eye. Now, if I'm correct, a fermented spider eye will transform the splash potions of healing, or the potions of healing in general, into potions of harming. And that's really good for us because it allows us, obviously, to throw these splash potions and they'll instantly kill, hopefully, all the guardians that are kind of piled up right here. So if we throw a potion in there, it splashes and harms them all. That's the kind of the hope, at least. So I'm gonna clear a little bit more of the space here so we can get a better view of it. And if we just chuck this thing in here, did not kill them. I was hoping it would kill them. We might need to work on our other ways to deal damage to them. So it is killing them. It's not killing them very efficiently. So we might have to rework this. But yeah, that's basically the idea. Then the minecart runs behind, or runs underneath the bottom, and picks all the loot up, puts it in here, and voila, we have a very basic farm. This is highly inefficient at this point. We definitely have a lot of work to do before we would consider this finished, I think. I'm gonna actually just throw a gate here so that we can just kind of open the gate and get the experience and stuff. But yeah, this is, like I said, I didn't take this design from anyone because that's honestly the reason it's so bad. No, but seriously, that's partially true. So the whole goal of this is just to start getting us basic XP, and we're definitely going to want to polish this up. Honestly, we probably someday just want to take this down more or less and just replace it with like Genenbaum's one that I know works really well. But that'll probably be sometime in the future because I really want to have a bit of a unique farm first, and one that is kind of our own. But yeah, as you can see, it's pretty effective in terms of getting experience from guardians. They drop a lot, so just killing that handful of guardians gave me 5 levels, which is pretty big. They also drop some food. They drop prismarine shards and crystals, which you use to craft the blocks. So you craft these sea lanterns as well as these blocks right here out of those materials. So the more materials of those that we get, the better off we'll be, just because we'll have access to more blocks, more building. Of course, we already have a decent supply of them, but that doesn't mean we're gonna never run out. So yeah, the only things we really need to figure out is a better source of spider eyes so we can ferment potions. Perhaps a better way to deal some extra damage to these guys, because, you know, ideally we want them to all go with one hit of that splash thing. But yeah, not everything's perfect. We'll have to see how it goes. We'll, you know, test it out a couple of times. If we have to, we can try putting in another layer of lava somewhere that they have to fall through. I don't know if that would kill a lot of them or how that would work, but we could always try it. And if worse comes to worse, we can always just replace this thing. We've dug out a lot of the space, so it would mostly just be like going through, picking up the lava, and, you know, replacing it and making it a little bit better. The bulk of the work, I think, of this is done. We've probably done, like, if we wanted to change this out to a better farm, it would probably only take, like, you know, half the time that we spent to originally set this up. So regardless of whether we keep it long term or not, it was not a waste of time. And at least now we have a little bit of something usable, even if it's not perfect. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys again in the next one.